As realtors, we want to keep our clients updated with the current market. You want to know why? Because the number one thing that people are worried about right now within the market, on the buyer side, they're worried about that the market's going to crash and prices are going to drop. Sellers are upset, worried that they missed the boat and that they should have sold last year or the year before. But we are here to actually bridge that gap and take that fear away. But before we get into what is normal right now, I wanted to talk about two other things first. I wanted to talk about investment versus liability. Well, what is an investment? An investment is putting capital to work for you in the form of money, time, and effort. So with an investment, again, what you're doing is putting your money in to get an increase of what you put in originally, to double, triple, quadruple the original funds put in. So what would be a liability? And a liability is putting your money into something or purchasing something that does not provide a return. So with a liability, you are working for your money. In an investment, your money is working for you. Next thing I want to talk about before we get into what is normal is appreciate. I'm going to change my color. Is appreciation, depreciation, which will lead us into what is normal right now. Acceleration. Appreciation, for some of you may know, may be obvious, but appreciation is when values go up. Depreciation is when values go down. And deceleration is when things start to mediate. This is the market we're in right now. We are currently in a deceleration market. We are in a deceleration market because inventory has decreased, but there are still a substantial amount of buyers in the market. So this is great because we are not depreciating. The market is not going to crash, but at the same time, we are not appreciating at a rate that things are just skyrocketing. So why is this a good thing for buyers? This is a good thing for buyers because you're not going to go in and you're not going to have to pay 60, 70, 80, 90K over asking. And why is this a great thing for sellers? This is a great thing for sellers because there's lots of buyers in the market. Your house is not going to be sitting there for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and you're still going to get a great price for your home. So why is all of this relevant here? Well, first, by putting your money into real estate, you are creating an investment. Why are you creating an investment? You're creating an investment because in real estate, the market is going to appreciate, especially in the US. The US dollar pretty much holds zero value at this point. Inflation is insane. What people are making compared to what things cost, it's not even lining up. There's no reciprocity in it. But in real estate, the market is going to continue to rise, especially if you're in the right location, if you put money back into your home, if you're taking care of your curb appeal. These are all different things that we'll talk about in a different video. But just for time's sake, this can be an investment for you. It's not going to be a liability. Well, what is a liability? A liability would be renting, you putting money into a home, paying somebody else's mortgage, you getting nothing back out of that. You're not increasing your credit score. You're not getting anything back in equity, none of that. And another cool thing too with real estate is if you buy a home or if you buy an investment property and you put money back into it or you hold it long enough and give it time to appreciate, you can actually pull out that equity. And if you put it back into real estate, you can buy another property and that not be taxed. Again, that's another video that we'll get into later. But again, for time's sake, we're going to keep just talking about navigating the current market. So the last thing I said I wanted to talk about and I wanted to get back to was what is normal. You know, some people are still waiting for interest rates to drop back down to 4%. Some sellers are still waiting for house prices to skyrocket and they're listing their home for way over what it should be. Again, this is another video we'll talk about later, but it's pricing your home right the first time so it doesn't sit and so you don't lose out on money. And again, interest rates are not going to fall back down to 4%. That was something that happened because of the pandemic. We are no longer in a pandemic. COVID is over. The last thing that I said I wanted to get back to in the beginning is what is normal right now. But before we talk about what is normal, hang tight with me real quick. I want to talk about what is not normal. So as of June 2022, the average appreciation rate month to month was 2%. Year to year, it was 14.5%. This is crazy. These are crazy numbers. And I got these numbers right here from millionacres.com. Again, this was June 2022. These numbers, not normal. On a national rate, homes were appreciating 15%. Those were record-breaking numbers. And again, we are not in these times right now. This is no longer a thing. And this is something that we have to educate our buyers and sellers on. What is normal right now? We have decelerated to about 10 to 11%. And even though it's not as big as that 15%, these are still great numbers. You can fact check these numbers on corelogic.com. But again, as realtors, we are here to take the fear away. We are here to educate. We are here to explain what is going on in the market so that we can all be on the same page together. So when it comes to pricing a house or helping people look for a house, or if they're asking, is this the right time for me? We have the right answers. And remember, educating is marketing. And the best thing that you can do is provide what people need.